Good morning from New York City. I'm going to be exploring here for the next 2 days. Swinging around here, which I've just seen, and it is quite breathtaking. There's the Manhattan skyline. And at the same time, goodbye Caribbean Princess, because it's been amazing. Had a lovely time on this ship, and it's a fabulous cruise itinerary. Goodbye Caribbean Princess. I've just got a taxi from the cruise to the Doubletree, New York Times Square South, which is where I'm staying. It cost me $80 in a taxi, so it's a little bit expensive. But through New York traffic, it's crazy. But I'm in New York. It's sunny, in chilly days, a bit chilly, but it's sunny. That's the main thing. So I'm staying at the Doubletree by Hilton, New York Times Square South, which is a bit of a mouthful. I've got here at 10:30, check-in's not till 4 PM, but I managed to get a room, so there is not much of a view. Actually, that's fine. And then nice clean little bathroom there. It's not much bigger than my cabin, to be quite honest. Hello. But I'm in New York. I'm not here for the room. I'm here to see the city. So that's my room tour in a whirlwind. A little safe. Little fridge. They gave me free cookies, which are warm as well, so I'm going to be eating those now before they go cold. I picked up a tourist map so I don't get lost. Yeah, welcome to New York. It's amazing. You did see Pink on there, and Spider-Man. I've seen Mickey Mouse, Mario Brothers. Oh yeah, there's a Mario Brothers there. I saw Chicago last time I was in New York, and I had jet lag and I went to sleep. Okay, so a top tip if you want to do Broadway there is the tickets store. It's underneath these steps which just overlook Times Square, and at tickets you can get last minute tickets to any shows that haven't sold out, and you get them at a bigger discount than if you paid full price. Obviously you're at the mercy of what they've got. They have one of these in London as well, but anyway, this is a place to get your Broadway tickets. It doesn't open until 3 o'clock, which is useful to know today. Obviously it must be a quieter day on a Monday, and of course they have to know which tickets haven't been sold yet. There are leaflets for all the shows that are currently on Broadway. I've seen The Lion King getting a lot of mention, I've seen that before. I've seen quite a few things actually. I've not seen 6, so if that's on, I might actually be tempted. I think Times Square is one of the greatest places on earth. So I'm in Times Square. I'm not planning on spending all day here. In fact, I was not planning on even coming here. It's kind of been on my way to my place I'm going today. But I've been here about 20 minutes so far. I absolutely love it. I've been before years ago, but yeah, it's just amazing. Looking at all the billboards, and they're constantly changing. You get all this view, and right up the top there, you've got that's the ball that drops on New Year's Eve. So if you ever see New York's New Year's Eve celebrations, the ball drops at midnight. Yeah, just wonderful. Love it. Absolutely love it. And then drop our saw screening Todd in Singapore. Had Leah Salonga in the Singapore version. And this one, I get Josh Groban. Across the road we've got Hamilton, that's on my list. And now I'm just a block away from the madness that is Times Square. I think I'm in Hell's Kitchen now. I might just be mistaken that because there are loads of restaurants along here, so maybe it's just Kitchen Land. But I'm pretty sure this is where it is. I'm only passing through. New York is made up of streets and avenues into like a grid pattern. So I'm walking along West 46th Street, and this huge avenue is 9th Avenue. So Times Square is over on 7th Avenue and Broadway, and I'm staying on 8th Avenue. And you kind of work out your coordinates because it's a grid. You work out where you are. So I'm currently at 9th and 46th Street. I've just realised I'm wandering around New York. I've still got my medallion on. Sadly, it doesn't buy me drinks anymore. It doesn't pay for everything. No longer all inclusive, but New York. I've walked all the way along 46th Street to the coast. We're right next to the Manhattan Cruise Terminal actually. I've been following the Seven Seas Mariner around. But my trip of the day is to go to the Intrepid Air and Space Museum, which is built on this giant aircraft carrier. I presume it's the USS Intrepid. I'm about to find out. So hopefully I'm going to be able to get a ticket because I'm pre-booked. A bit of a queue, not too bad. I've got my ticket, and it includes the ship, the submarine, and the space shuttle. So museum in here seems like a good place to start. So I'm going to get in the queue for the submarine because it's less than an hour from this point supposedly, and then I'll save the flight deck and hangar deck for later. The museum's built on the Intrepid, which is an aircraft carrier. You can see it goes all the way down back there. It's huge. So I'm in the queue for the submarine, but you can see a little teaser of the flight deck on top of the aircraft carrier. Cruise ships in the background. I'm going for the submarine. This is the USS Growler, nuclear submarine. was quite interesting to go down actually on an ex-submarine, had nuclear missiles on it, and see how tiny the conditions were. Really cramped conditions for the crew. There you go, Growler. This was the hangar deck of an aircraft carrier. It's massive. It's actually as long as the crest of the building is tall. This is the USS Intrepid, as built out of Lego. So I've been exploring the hangar deck, but I've decided to get up to the top to the flight deck because the place finishes at 5 and it's already 3, and I'm spending ages. This is so interesting. Look at it. So I'm going to enjoy some aircraft, but I'm here for another biggie that I really always wanted to see. So and that's on the flight deck as well. There's loads to see here. The hangar exhibition was really interesting. You could spend ages there. I think you've also got plenty of time because it finishes at 5 o'clock, although I've actually got through the flight deck quite quickly, and you could spend ages here as well. But I'm heading to the bit that I really want to see. Peak alert. Enterprise did the test flights to see if the space shuttle could land on a normal runway. It never actually went into space. That was Columbia. So this one did its test back in 1977. I remember watching Columbia take off at primary school. We got the telly wheeled in, and you got the telly on a trolley wheeled into the classroom, and we all got to watch it take off live. Amazing. And that's stuck with me all these years. I think space shuttles are amazing. So obviously I knew the Starship Enterprise, but I didn't know that the Space Shuttle Enterprise was named officially after the Starship Enterprise. That's a cool little thing. I knew the connection. That was amazing. I love that sort of stuff, and yeah, I'm a very happy boy now. The Explorium's one of those things where you can try out. There's a lot of stuff for kids. You can see what it's like to sit in a cockpit and stuff. And they've also got like a lot of these things like 4D experiences and stuff. There's a flight simulator. They all cost $10–15 extra though, whereas everything else is included in the ticket price. All the Space Shuttle and the hangar decks, that's all part of your price. If you're enjoying my adventures in New York, please give it a like and subscribe, and then you don't miss the rest of my trip. I'm here for a few more days. Well, the Intrepid Museum has been excellent. I've spent a whole afternoon there. I went in about 1 o'clock and it's now 4:30. So that's been awesome. The Space Shuttle was brilliant. If you like anything to do with military, the Navy, aircraft, science, space, definitely one for you. Really worth a visit. So I'm currently at 12th and 46th Street, so I'm going to carry on down 12th Avenue because this, apart from being where the Intrepid sits, it carries on all the way down the waterfront. So I'm still on 8th Avenue, but I'm on 36th Street, I think it is. So I can wander down here for a few blocks and then cut across a bit further downtown. It's getting a bit chilly now, late afternoon's coming up. Oh, look at that. There's the back of Intrepid. So actually, just a tip, do walk down 12th Avenue because apart from being on the waterfront, you get the proper view of the aircraft carrier, which of course I've just come in at the back of, so don't forget to look at the ship that you're on. So all down 12th Avenue there are piers with boats tied up, doing boat tours, probably going around the Hudson River. And so it's like, there's helicopters going over all the time as well. Loads of helicopters today, and then just spinning round you've got sort of the back of the New York skyline on this bit of the waterfront. So I've crossed over, so I'm on 34th Street now. I'm heading inland to 8th Avenue. I thought I'd cross over and get on this side of the street and then I can look at the Empire State Building, which I had a double check because I don't remember the top looking like that. That's well, no, in my head that's not what it looked like. Maybe I had a different angle or something to when I saw it last. I've been up the Empire State Building years ago, so I'm not going to do it again this time. I have a plan to see the New York skyline. And hopefully see the Empire State Building on it this time. But that's the job for tomorrow. When car park spaces at a premium, they put you on ramps and lift you up and park underneath as well. That's weird, I'm doing these selfies with the Empire State Building in the background. And in the photo it looks tiny, but looking at it, I mean, it's enormous. I mean, this thing looks enormous as well. I don't know what that is. And there's your Empire State Building. So my hotel has a rooftop bar, so I've got myself a beer, and the view is, where is it? It's like tiny. There you go, Empire State Building. Sitting here under a patio heater, and the Empire State Building's just over there. I hope you can see that. I'm going to put my phone down because I keep having to remind myself to just enjoy this experience. It's good fun. I'm enjoying myself. When I booked this hotel, I'm staying at the Doubletree, I have to think about this one, Doubletree by Hilton, New York, Times Square South specifically, hotel. I knew they had a rooftop bar. I had no idea that the view was the Empire State Building. And when you come on a Monday for a happy hour at 5 o'clock or 6:15, you get the sunset on the Empire State Building. It's just, I'm sitting here smiling to myself. I just can't believe my luck. past it, buildings turning green. You know, I have things I should be doing, but I want to just sit here and watch this all that. Got a bit of red there as well. I might just have another beer, sorry.